Do you ever wonder what it really means to grow old with strength, dignity, and freedom? Not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years? Imagine being able to get up off the floor without struggle, pick up your grandchild without pain, or travel without worrying about mobility. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's something you can build starting right now, no matter your age. Growing older doesn't have to mean growing weaker, and you don't have to accept a slow decline as your destiny. Today, more people are living well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s than ever before. But the real question is, what kind of life are they living? Too many spend their later years in a cycle of frailty, dependence, and inactivity. But this isn't inevitable. The human body is remarkably adaptive, even in later life. With the right approach, it's possible not just to maintain strength, but to regain what has been lost, to turn back the clock in meaningful ways. Let's begin with a truth that doesn't get enough attention. Muscle is the engine of vitality. Without muscle, every basic function becomes harder. Walking, lifting, balancing, even thinking clearly. Muscle plays a central role in how we age. Yet, many people begin losing it decades before they realize it. Starting in your 30s, your body begins to shed muscle tissue gradually. By the time you reach your 80s, it's possible to have lost nearly half of your original muscle mass. That isn't just about looking different. It's about feeling different, moving differently, and living with far less independence. What's more alarming is that the loss of strength outpaces the loss of muscle. You might still have muscle on your frame, but your ability to use it, especially for powerful, quick movements, can diminish even faster. These fast-twitch muscle fibers are the ones that help you catch yourself from a fall, stand up quickly, or carry groceries without strain. They're critical for real-world movement, yet they fade unless you actively work to preserve them. A large study following older adults found that those with the lowest muscle mass had a dramatically higher risk of death over 12 years. Their quality of life plummeted. Daily tasks became overwhelming. Many lost their independence entirely. On the other hand, those with the highest muscle mass were far more likely to remain active, healthy, and alive. Another well-known finding shows that grip strength, something so simple, is a strong predictor of overall health and longevity. For every small drop in grip strength, the risk of early death increases substantially. Your body is constantly sending you messages. Weakness is one of them. But the message today is one of hope. Muscle loss isn't a one-way street. Even in your 80s or 90s, your body can build strength when given the right signals. In fact, studies show that older adults who begin a strength training routine can increase their muscle mass by 40% and their strength by 50% in just a few months. That's not theory. That's real change, in real people, at real ages. But here's the catch. The modern lifestyle is working against you. Most adults spend the majority of their waking hours sitting, in cars, at tables, on couches. Even if you carve out 30 minutes for a walk, the rest of the day might undo your effort. You might think of yourself as active, but if you're spending 10 hours sitting, your body is getting the wrong message. It's being told to conserve energy, to break down muscle, to slow metabolism. You become what you repeatedly do. So if you want to become strong, resilient, and agile, your habits must align with that goal. It starts with a shift in mindset. Aging is not a disease. Frailty is not a guarantee. Strength is not reserved for the young. If you can move, you can improve. The key is to work smarter, not necessarily harder. Let's focus on two essential elements that anyone can adopt: sufficient protein and purposeful strength training. First, let's talk nutrition. Protein is the building block of muscle, yet most older adults don't get nearly enough. In fact, a large number of women over 65 fail to meet even the minimal daily recommendation. And here's the truth. Those recommendations are designed to prevent deficiency, not to promote strength or health. If you want to thrive, you need more than just the minimum. Research has shown that consuming about 100 grams of protein per day helps preserve muscle mass, supports immune function, and promotes better physical performance. In one study, older adults who ate more protein lost significantly less muscle than those who consumed the standard amount, even without changing their exercise routines. Adding something as simple as milk protein or eggs to your daily meals can lead to measurable improvements. Protein is not just for bodybuilders, it's a daily medicine for healthy aging. If getting all your protein from meals feels overwhelming, you can supplement with high-quality sources like whey, collagen, or egg whites. But the goal should always be to anchor your meals around real, nourishing foods. Eggs, chicken, fish, beans, and dairy are excellent places to start. Now to the second, and perhaps most transformative, pillar of aging well: strength training. And no, walking is not enough. Walking is fantastic for your heart and mood, but it doesn't do nearly enough to maintain the kind of muscle you need to stay truly strong. Walking can help you hold on to what you have, but if you want to build or regain strength, you must apply resistance. You must challenge your muscles. Strength training is not about lifting massive weights or doing complex exercises. It's about sending your body the signal that strength still matters. When you expose your body to resistance, it breaks down slightly and then rebuilds stronger. This cycle of challenge and recovery is the foundation of all physical progress. It's how your bones stay dense. It's how your joints stay stable. It's how your mind stays sharp. The beauty of strength training is that it can be tailored to any ability level. You can start with your own body weight, learning to squat, press, or hinge properly. You can use simple equipment like resistance bands, dumbbells, or kettlebells. And as you improve, you can gradually add more challenge, a principle known as progressive overload. Just like a young calf becomes a bull over time, your body can adapt to heavier loads slowly and safely. 3 sessions a week is enough. Research confirms that training 2 to 3 times per week provides the majority of benefits. Beyond that, the returns begin to diminish. So think of it as an investment. 3 hours a week for a stronger, longer, freer life. Focus on the major movement patterns that give you the most return on your time. Squats, which mimic sitting and standing. Deadlifts, which teach you how to lift with power. And presses, which help you push, carry, and support. These aren't fancy exercises. They're practical, foundational, and efficient. When you first begin, you might only use your body weight. Maybe you squat to a chair. Maybe you lift a light bag of groceries. That's perfect. Start where you are, not where you wish you were. Progress happens in inches, not leaps. And every rep you perform teaches your body that strength still matters. As you train, your posture will improve. Your gait will become more stable. Your energy will increase. Your pain may even fade. You'll start noticing small wins. Tying your shoes without strain. Climbing stairs without grabbing the railing. Rising from the couch with confidence. These are the quiet victories that build a life of independence. And the best part? It's never too late. Studies on individuals in their 90s have shown remarkable strength improvements within weeks of beginning resistance training. These are not isolated cases. They're proof that the human body retains its ability to adapt far later in life than we once thought. To stay safe, there are a few principles to keep in mind. First, choose the right exercises, those that challenge you without overwhelming you. Second, start with a level of difficulty that feels manageable and builds your confidence. Third, progress slowly. Add a little more weight, a few more repetitions, or slightly more intensity only when your body is ready. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need expensive machines. You need a plan, consistency, and a willingness to work with your body, not against it. Simple routines, performed regularly, can yield dramatic results. Over time, your body becomes your ally again. It's often only after a major health scare, a fall, a diagnosis, a hospitalization, that people take strength seriously. But why wait for a crisis? The best time to start is always now. Even if your movements are small, even if your progress is slow, what matters is that you begin. Because every step forward rewrites your future. Age will continue marching forward. But your quality of life is not written in stone. You have more control than you think. And strength, true, functional strength, is one of the most powerful tools you have. So move, lift, challenge yourself, eat well, give your body the care and attention it deserves. You're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years.